Welcome, dear students. In this lecture, we will see what is transistor and introduction, basic principle of transistor. In front of you, there is some transistor. Basically, semiconductor device like a diode cannot amplify a signal. Therefore, its application area is limited. As you know already about the PN junction diode, Zener diode, then LED, these diodes have two terminals. Already we have seen working principle all of these components. So these have two terminals, and in the transistor here there are three terminals, right? That is of two types. One is of NPN and another is PNP type transistor. Next logical step in the development of semiconductor device after diode is a bipolar junction transistor. Means the transistor also called as a bipolar junction transistor. And why it is called as bipolar junction transistor? Conduction in a bipolar junction transistor takes place due to both electron and holes. That is why it is called as a bipolar transistor. If the conduction takes place due to only one type of carriers, the majority carriers, then the transistor is called as unipolar transistor. For example of this, a unipolar device is the field effect transistor, that is called as FET. Signal of small amplitude applied to the base is available in the magnified form at the collector of the transistor. This is the amplification provided by a BJT. Thus, a large power signal is obtained from a small power signal. The additional power required for this operation is obtained from an external source of DC power. The bipolar junction transistor is the basic building block of almost all the electronic circuit, right from a simple regulator or oscillator circuit, logic gates, to a digital computer. Therefore, the invention of a transistor, the vacuum tubes were being used for amplification applications. So this is the important point. Before the invention of a transistor, the vacuum tubes were being used for amplification applications. So the main purpose to use the transistor is the amplification process. As we have already discussed that PN junction diode or another diodes cannot amplify the signals. So for this purpose, the transistor have such a characteristics to amplify the signals. The main advantages of transistors are, with compare with the vacuum tubes, the basic is between these two equipments here, as you know the vacuum tubes have a large size. So the number one advantage of transistor is the small size, lightweight and ruggedness. Number two, do not require any filament power. The next advantage is it can operate at a low voltage. It is having a higher efficiency, and with compare with the vacuum tubes, it have a longer life, or it is easy to replace the transistor as compared with the vacuum tubes, or also the cost with compare with the vacuum tubes is very less, also the small size, weight, etc. So these are the main advantages of transistor. You can define the transistor definition. You can see the term transistor was derived from the words transfer and register. Again see the transfer and register. Transistor is derived from this word to transfer and register. This term was adopted because it is best describe the operation of a transistor, which is the transfer of an input signal current from a low resistance circuit to a high resistance circuit. This is the invention, or who invented the transistor. In the mid of 1940, team of scientists working for Bell Telephone Labs in there were the vacuum tubes invented. Vacuum tubes were the only technology available at the time of amplify the signal or use as a switching device in electronics. So the problem with the vacuum tubes was that they were expensive, consume a lot of power, give off too much heat, and many more disadvantages, also like causing a great deal of maintenance. So after that, the transistor were invented in the market. So next invention were started in 1947. Invention of the transistor were John and Walter and Williams. So these were started their work in the transistor. So after that, in 1956, 1977, invention process going on. So this is the transistor structure. BJT is bipolar because both holes, positive and electron, will take part in the current flow through the device. N-type contains a free electrons, means the negative carriers. The P-type region contains free holes, means the positive carriers. Two types of mainly transistor, means the bipolar junction transistor, are NPN transistor and PNP transistor. The transistor regions are means the, you can say, the terminals like emitter, base, collector. As we have seen in the diode, there is anode, cathode. These are the terminals. So the emitter means the E. It sends the carriers into the base regions and then on to the collector. The role of base is here, it acts as a control region and it can allow some or many carriers to flow. The next is a collector. Collector collects the carriers. Here is the symbolic representation of PNP and NPN transistor. So this is the constructional structure of the NPN and PNP transistor. The important points about the construction of a transistor are: NPN transistor is formed by a sandwiching a thin P-type semiconductor between two N-type semiconductors, whereas a PNP transistor is formed by sandwiching a thin N-type semiconductor between two P-type semiconductors. In both the types, base comes in between collector and emitter region. Base is always a thin and lightly doped layer. Base is always a thin and lightly doped layer. You can see in structural diagram also the base region is drawn in thin and lightly formed. Emitter and collector layers are much wider than the base and are heavily doped. The emitter is the most heavily doped layer because it has to emit or inject electrons, and the collector area is slightly larger than the emitter area. The collector area is largest because it is required to dissipate more heat. Number of PN junctions and equivalent circuits. A transistor has two PN junctions, namely base to emitter means B to E junction and collector to base means C to B junction. A PN junction is represented by a diode. Therefore, the PNP and NPN transistor are equivalent to two diodes and connected back to back. Now let us discuss about the unbiased of the transistor. For an unbiased transistor, no external power supply are connected to it. The formation of a depletion region in an unbiased PN junction diode as a transistor is form of two PN junctions. We can apply the same concept over here as well. Now with this, let us discuss about the transistor biasing in the active region. Biasing is the process of applying external voltage to the transistor. The two junctions in a BJT must be biased properly in order to operate it as an amplifier. A transistor cannot work unless external DC power supply are connected to it. A BJT is capable of operating in four different regions depending on the way in which it is biased. The regions of operations are cutoff region, means the transistor is off in that case. Next is the saturation regions, means the transistor is fully on. Next, the forward active region, means in between saturation and in cutoff region. So this is the forward active region, means in between saturation and cutoff, between of this. Next one is the inverse active mode. So this is about the active biasing regions or the transistor biasing in the active region. So this is about, in this lecture, what is the transistor, introduction of transistor, advantages, then definition, then construction and symbol of transistor diagrams, and overview of the transistor. So we have to draw the constructional figure and the transistor symbols in your notebook. In next lecture we will discuss about the NPN transistor, operation of NPN transistor, diagram for the NPN transistor. Then next is operation of PNP transistor or with the diagram of PNP transistor.